Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bailey.
And I'm Raquel.
And this is the Whole Shebang Podcast. Hey, guys, and welcome back to the Whole Shebang Podcast. Today's episode is episode 10, where we'll be covering The Owl House.
Let's talk about The Owl House.
Okay, so, The Owl House. Have you heard of it? It's a Disney show.
When did it start coming out?
2020.
Ooh.
2020, January of 2020, I do believe.
That's like 5 years ago. That was the pandemic years ago.
So yes, if you haven't heard of it, The Owl House premiered on Disney Plus and Disney Channel, and The Owl House then ran on for 2 full-length seasons and a 3rd season that was cut in half, which was really sad. And we are going to talk about The Owl House because, like Hazbin Hotel was your favorite fandom, The Owl House is mine.
I don't know if I would say Hazbin's my favorite fandom.
It's one of them.
One of them. I don't know what my favorite one is.
Yeah, I mean, The Owl House for me is top tier fandom for me. Like, it's in my top.
With How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. I think it goes How to Train Your Dragon and Owl House on par. And then Hazbin Hotel and Scooby-Doo kind of thing. Like, Scooby-Doo's like at the bottom. Scooby-Doo's more like nostalgic.
We should do a Scooby-Doo episode.
We should do.
Shout out if you want to have a Scooby-Doo episode.
Yes, leave a like and a comment if you want us to cover Scooby-Doo in one of our fandom episodes.
Yeah, you made me want to watch Scooby-Doo.
The OG Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, the original.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it if we ever do a Scooby-Doo episode, but I do have opinions on Velma.
Yes, so do I.
Yes.
They differ.
They differ. Okay, so let's go into the Owl House. What is the Owl House, you may ask? And if you haven't been living under a rock, maybe you've heard of it.
I hope you've heard of it.
I hope so. So, I will give you a basic overview that Google has told me is a synopsis of the Owl House.
Cheating and using Google, huh?
Yes. Self-assured teenager Luce stumbles upon a portal to a magical realm where she befriends Ida, a rebellious witch, and King, a tiny warrior. Despite not having magical abilities, Luce pursues her dream of becoming a witch by serving as Ida's apprentice.
King is a warrior? That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the overview that Google gives.
It doesn't even mention Hootie.
No, not at all.
But Hootie is the Owl House.
Hootie is the Owl House. Hoot hoot.
Don't do that.
Hootie hootie hoot hoot.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so the Owl House. It did premiere as a Disney Plus, and I will say I fell into it.
Yeah, I think you made me watch it after the 2nd season was already out.
I did. I started making you watch it after that because it did take me a while to get into the 1st season.
Yeah, me too.
So season 1 of The Owl House is definitely more Disney kids
It's
based.
fluff.
It is fluff.
I mean, the ending of it is not fluff.
No, anything I say from season 2 on, I would give it a rating of 14 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could go a little bit younger, but definitely for a little bit more mature audiences. Mm-hmm. The creator of The Owl House is Dana Terrace, and she also worked on DuckTales, which is another Disney show. And The Owl House became my favorite from Disney in a long time. It was, in my opinion, one of the best shows Disney has put out.
It's kind of a shame it couldn't be more adult animation.
I truly think that they're aiming for a market that is more adult animation.
Yeah.
But Disney itself has not gotten there as a company yet.
No, which is a shame, but also, like, there's so much they could have done.
Oh, there was tons they could have done. And hence why we're kind of mad at the Owl House. So I will go over and say...
We're not mad at the Owl House. We're mad
not
at
the
Disney.
Owl House. We are mad at Disney. Which everyone who has watched the Owl House and likes the Owl House...
Nobody who's watched
understand.
the Owl House doesn't like the Owl House.
There are a few people.
I don't believe that.
The Owl House is very niche, I find.
Yeah, and that niche group tends to find it.
Yeah, that is true. I have seen some people react to the Owl House who aren't really big fans of the niche, and they do it just because it's popular, and they don't quite like it. I do get what they say about, like, the episode pacing in the beginning.
Yeah, it's a little slow.
They jump around in the first half of season 1.
I find because they had to cut it so early that I have a lot of questions that are unanswered.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And that angers me.
So for those of you who don't know, the Owl House did get cut. Their season 3 got cut in half. We were supposed to get a full season, but Disney ended up shutting down the project that was Owl House, and they got 3 episodes.
Yeah.
To finish up season 3.
Hour-length episodes.
Hour-length episodes, which was nice. I do think they did a great job with what they had.
Yeah, they did a really good job wrapping it up, but I still have a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah. There was so much that I believe that they were planning to add to the Owl House, but with the time constraints and Disney cutting them, they didn't have it. The creators, though, all the animators and the creators and the people who worked on it did an amazing job with wrapping it up, and I really hope a time will come again. Maybe not for the Owl House, but for a spin-off or something. I really want to see more from Dana Terrace as a creator.
A Hunter spin-off.
See, I don't know. I'd do a Hunter and Willow.
Yeah.
I want a Willow spin-off.
But I would like to see, like, Hunter's early days.
Yeah, Hunter's early days traveling in, or like being in the Emperor's Coven. That would be interesting. I want to see his training.
This is your spoiler alert. There will probably be spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Yes, there will be spoilers. I think what we should do is we should touch on what drew us to the Owl House in the first place.
Well, I didn't have a choice. You sat me down on the couch and said, we're watching this now.
Yes, okay. So I will talk to you about what drew me to the Owl House.
And we should talk about our favorite characters like we did for Has-Been.
Yes, and we will also talk about our favorite characters. So what drew me on to the Owl House, I actually put it on first as a background show. Because I was just looking for something to put on while I do other things, and so I put the Owl House on. And I don't think it was till after the body swap episode that I started really like sitting down to watch it. And from then on, I was hooked. If you've seen the Owl House, as soon as you get to the episodes Understanding Willow.
Oh, yeah.
And Enchanted Grumfright?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes. Well, the episode after Understanding Willow, which was their most popular episode, and for good reason, it completely got me hooked.
Yeah, I find even if I rewatch it, the first half of season 1, I can put it in the background. But then after I've gone through maybe 7 or 8 episodes, I can't stop.
Yes, when I do my rewatch, I usually start at Understanding Willow.
Oh, you don't even bother to watch the first ones?
Nope, I don't even bother to watch the first ones.
Oh, I'm a puritist. I have to.
Other than episode 1, I truly did like episode 1, especially for, the fanfic writer in episode 1 and her writing about food, different types of food, falling in love, caught me. As an avid fanfiction reader, I got that. It was like it hit the niche right there.
I don't think I could read fan fiction about food falling in love. I'm sorry, that draws the line.
I don't think I could read fan fiction about food falling in love. However, the fact that they had mentioned fan fiction in there, that was like, oh, that's my niche. I thrived on fan fiction when I was younger, and I can't start reading it now because I can stay up all night and I will be so tired for work.
I know. My phone listens to you because every time I come over here, I start getting ads for fan fiction.
Do you really?
I do, yeah. Werewolf fan fiction. Which is
werewolf fan fiction.
100% you.
That is 100% me. You know, you should get on that Apple lawsuit.
Oh, yeah, I should.
Yeah, now that they're, being sued for listening in. Tell them that you've seen too much werewolf.
Every time I come to your house, when I go back home later, I will have an ad for werewolf.
Anyway, so yes, that fan fiction, the fan fiction bit caught me for the niche. On episode 15 and after, hooked. Totally hooked. I will say, when I first watched it and episode 16, Enchanted Grumfright, I kind of got hooked on the romance aspect. Because as someone who grew up with heteronormative shows and everything, I had never even thought to ship Amity and Luce together until it happened.
Really?
And I was so game for it.
The library episode was pretty clear what was going on there.
No, I didn't pick up on it on the library episode. But yeah, no, I never did pick up on it in the library episode.
That's surprising.
I thought that all of her, blushing in that episode was just embarrassment. And...
You're just way too innocent.
Can't blame me. But so, yeah, I really didn't catch on until she wanted to ask Luce to Grom.
Oh, and even in the Adventures in the Elements one, where Ida's teaching her another glyph, and Amity's there in the snow, there's so much flirting. How did you not catch on to that?
I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. Until there was... I just thought she was embarrassed, and that's why she was flushing.
You're so cute.
until I actually saw that letter. Once I saw that letter, I was like, oh.
That didn't surprise me at all. And you didn't tell me anything when you sat me down. You're like, we're just going to watch this. And you would refuse to tell me anything.
I know. I was so pumped, though. Like, once I got it and I shipped them so hard.
Yeah, you do. Trying to figure out which episode got me hooked, and I'm not sure. That's tough. There's too many good episodes. Maybe it was Hootie's Moving Castle. Or, sorry, Moving Castle.
That was a great episode.
I do find that one really funny. It's only like episode 6, though. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's like partway.
Season 2, I just binge. I can't not binge.
Oh, yeah. Season 2, you can't stop. And I do like the fact that they added in little teasers. I do believe that the creators of the Owl House wanted an older audience.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen beta concept art for the Owl House, man, I wish we would have got that. That looked so cool.
Always potential for the future.
I hope. I wish someone would buy it off of Disney. Hint, hint, any other show creators.
Anyone with money.
We should say production studios, though. Amazon, pick it up.
Come on, Amazon.
Come on, Amazon. But yes, and then season 2 hits, and it's a totally different show.
Oh, yeah. It goes hard.
It
hard
goes
fast.
hard and fast.
And it gets dark.
Yeah, but like in the best of ways.
And still humorous.
Still humorous. They did have a lot of humor.
I like that. I like that juggling between the really dark and sad themes with humor. A lot of humor.
And they did have some pretty deep themes in the Owl House.
And sometimes they're not obvious either, which is kind of nice. Like, you have to actually think about it.
And
something about mothers. There's something there about mothers.
There's definitely something there about mothers. Camilla ends up being
a great mom. They're all great moms, but there's something with the mothers.
I mean, not Odalia. Odalia never redeemed herself as a mother.
Oh, gosh, no.
Her dad did. Alador did.
Yeah, the dads are all super... Did you notice this? All the dads are super nice.
Yeah.
And not a lot of them have faults, but the mothers are like the characters who have faults who need to work through those.
Yeah.
It's a weird theme. Someone's got mommy issues on that writing team.
I mean, hey, at least Disney included a show that involved 2 parents.
Yeah, that's true.
There are very little Disney productions that have both.
Or 2 dads.
Who
are also both great dads. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be thinking about Disney and parents.
Yeah. And so Disney canceled them. Why? Well, a lot of people assumed it was over the LGBTQ representation.
Yeah.
And I would like to say, I think that's correct.
I think it's
I think it's part of it.
But I think it was getting too dark for them.
Disney's released some pretty dark things.
Yeah, but I think that mixed with it was just like that was going to be their excuse.
I personally think season 1 premiering in 2020 like it did when COVID and everything first happened. It was on Disney Plus and Disney Channel. I can't remember if it exclusively aired on Disney Plus.
I don't think so.
Before Disney Channel. But I think it being COVID, it kind of really restricted their budgeting. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any studio anymore wants to do more than 1 season of something.
Just so annoying. Like, if you're going to commit to something, commit to it fully, even if it turns out horribly.
Yeah. Not to mention the animators and stuff were fighting for better wages and things which go for the animators. Like, they need to get paid for what they're doing.
Who would have thought? Pay people for the work they do.
Pay them appropriately for the work they do.
Uh-huh. Who would have thought? Crazy idea.
Crazy. But I do think that kind of cut them short, too.
Which is a shame. So much we lost.
Disney, as a company, I have found, has been going down over the years.
Oh, yeah.
It has not retained the old nostalgia.
Not at all. Mm-mm. I really want them to go back to that old animation style.
Yeah, now that they've went to CGI, I can't see them going back. They tried to do a combination between Wish and the old style.
Ugh, Wish.
And they did it horribly. I could not watch Wish all the way through.
Yeah, me neither.
It was so bad.
Yeah, they've been having a lot of flops.
They have had a lot of flops. I think their last greatest show, I would like to say, is Encanto.
Encanto was really good.
Encanto was really good. But again, it dealt with some heavy themes.
And a lot on the parents' side.
And a lot on the parents'
grandparents. Generational trauma. And now we're going off topic.
Now we're going off topic.
Let's talk about when we watched the last episode.
Oh my God. Disney, you f***s.
So I was not here. I was in my doing schooling stuff. And I was watching on the iPad on your lap while you were having a little party with all of our friends over to watch. And I just remember it ended abruptly.
And I do just want to say, for these episodes, I bought a Disney Channel subscription.
Oh, yeah, so that we could watch it on Disney Channel.
So we could watch it on Disney Channel because I wanted them to get the viewer counts up. And so how I would usually watch it was I would buy the episodes or the season on YouTube, and then I would wait for that to come out, but it would usually come out after, like the day after it had been released on Disney Channel. I don't know how long it took me to actually find a Disney Channel that I could subscribe to.
A lot, yeah.
But I did. I subscribed so we can get the viewer counts up for it. Not that one viewer would matter, but legitimately I wanted to let Disney see what they're losing. And we watched it all the way through. And as we got to the final episode of season 3, everything seemed all hunky-dory.
There was a lot of gasping, and every time you would gasp, the audio on the iPad would cut out, so I could only hear you gasping.
Yes. And it got to the very end, and I do believe it has been a minute since I have watched season 3, episode 3. But Luce was standing out on the cliff of the Owl House looking over Bones Burrow.
Something like that, yeah.
And she was basically like, this isn't so bad. And it cut off.
And then the next episode started playing.
And then the next episode started.
But the next show.
Yes. The next show started to play on Disney Plus. And I was mad because I thought that was it. That was all. And I thought, no, the creators couldn't have done us this dirty. Like, that ending was so sad. It was so just abrupt.
And then everybody left, and then you and I were still talking.
Yes, and I remember I
was cooking a steak.
I was cooking a steak for dinner. It was 12 o'clock at night.
Yep.
I had been drinking to celebrate.
Yeah. Okay, so then our friend texted me and said, hey, look on YouTube. We missed the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, so then as I was still talking to you on the iPad...
Yeah, you threw it back you went onto YouTube on your television.
Yeah, and I pulled up the last 5 minutes. When Disney aired the final episode to the Owl House, in Canada at least, on Disney Channel...
They cut off the
last 5 minutes of the Owl House. And thankfully our friend had been looking on YouTube, because otherwise I would have been...
We would have missed it until the next day, at least.
Oh, yeah, until the next day, at least, where we watched the last 5 minutes, and that wrapped it up for me.
So beautifully.
So beautifully. It was perfect. But I just can't believe that Disney did that. And we watched a little bit of the next show coming up, because we could not believe
that it was just over like that.
Exactly. So Disney...
That after it got the last episode had been leaked. Remember, episode 2 of season 3 was leaked.
Yes, episode 2, not the last one though, not episode 3. Episode 2 was leaked.
Episode 2 was leaked all over the place. The full episode was up on YouTube.
It was the time, and Dana Terrace made a comment about the episode being leaked, and of course she was very upset. Which she has a right to be, as every creator has a right to be when their work gets basically stolen and then put out for the audience to see.
Yeah, leaked material is bad. Don't leak material.
Yeah, don't leak material. And if you do see something that is leaked, please don't watch it. Don't give them the views. Give them to the people that you are supporting, the creators of the show, the animators, the voice actors.
The people who need to be paid for what they make.
Yes, and paid well. That was how the Owl House ended, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a bit sour. I'm still a bit sour that it ended like it did. It is a shame. I am really hoping that the Owl House fandom stays strong. I don't see as much anymore fan art compositions on YouTube or any of that.
I think it's compilations. I think we got the wrong word.
I don't see much of the fan art anymore on YouTube or anything, but I am hoping, fan fiction's still going strong, but I do hope they do something more with the Owl House. There has been fan expos for the Owl House, some that Dana Terrace has done. And there has been exclusive artwork that I want to get my grimy little hands on.
Yep.
But at this point, I'm just hoping that she continues to do more. I mean, if you don't follow Dana Terrace on Instagram, please do. Her artwork is amazing.
And even if she doesn't continue with Owl House and she makes something else, you know it's going to be good.
You know it's going to be good, especially because it was directed beautifully. Of course, with every TV show out there, there's going to be flaws. Nothing's perfect, guys. But it was close.
The story was really good.
The story was really good. There was, of course, parts that they could pick up or whatnot. But you know what? For what they had in the time they were given, they excelled. And I would really look forward to seeing Dana Terrace in something else, directing.
For sure.
And producing.
So what's your favorite character? Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character in the Owl House?
Let me guess. It's going to be King.
No.
Amity.
No.
Wow. Willow.
Yeah, Willow's my favorite character.
Well, those were the top 3 options.
Yeah, I do like Willow a lot. Luce is also one of my favorites. I think her and Willow are kind of like on the same...
Interesting. I didn't peg you as a Luce man.
I was a Luce fan because I relate to her a lot.
Yeah, it's that awkward... We've established this already. You like the awkward characters.
I like the awkward characters. I relate to them a lot. And her people-pleasing, self-sacrificing attitude. I like that in a character.
That is you.
Like I said, I like it in a character.
Yeah. That makes sense. This is one of those really rare shows where I am not a huge fan of the villain.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? I love villains. I don't care for Bellows.
You don't care for Bellows?
He's just whiny.
He is. Bellows is whiny. I think Odalia would have made a better villain.
Oh, yeah. Even the Collector's a better villain, and he's not even really a villain. He's just a confused kid.
He is just a confused kid.
But I like him a lot. He's really creepy when he's in the thing.
He is. He is really creepy. I just had to look this up. So a great thing, this is going back to Luce, my favorite character. If you get a chance, go on to YouTube, and it's called The Part of Luce That Is Overlooked, a Psychoanalysis of Luce Noceda by the lovely Liz.
Oh, you made me watch this, yeah. Yeah,
it is about 17 minutes long, 18 minutes. And it does a wonderful job taking her people-pleasing and kind of showing you why she does that. Mm-hmm. And even the words that they used when they wrote the script for her reflects that part of her personality. And I think it was, whether it was intentional or not with the writing in the script, it was very powerful. For anyone who's a people pleaser out there, you'll know.
That's for sure. Guess my favorite character.
Your favorite character.
It's not Bellows.
Guess it's not Bellows.
It could be Bill. It might be Bill. No, it's definitely not Bill. He's not in enough episodes.
Steve.
I do like Steve.
Steve is a great character.
It's not Steve.
You know what? I think
it's really obvious. You've compared me to this character.
Hunter.
No. Oh, but I am flattered.
Well, you're welcome. I've compared you this.
Oh. Do I need to give you a hint?
Yeah, give me a hint.
Think hair.
Hair.
That wasn't a good hint, was it?
Amira?
No. It's an obvious character.
The hair.
One of the main ones.
Okay, one of the main ones.
Her head pops off.
Oh!
Obviously, it's Ida.
Ida, of course.
And Rain. Rain would also make an excellent villain. I've seen videos where they analyze Rain's character, and they have some potential to go down the dark path.
They would have such a wonderful villain arc.
They would, because Rain is willing to do whatever it takes to beat Bellows. And that self-sacrifice, it's not just self-sacrifice, they will sacrifice everybody if it means defeating Bellows.
Okay, morning, Mark. Cartoon creator, you brilliant person, you create Rain's villain era.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I would love to see it too.
Like, if something horrible had happened to Ida, Rain would have gone so dark. They would have just killed everybody.
I kind of want to see it.
I want to see it.
Definitely want to see it.
Yeah, I like them as a couple too. I think it's really cute.
They are a very cute
I do
couple.
ship them all the way.
I love how they met.
Yeah, it's so sweet and relatable.
And relatable. I also like how we got that little bit of Ida's backstory.
There's a lot more Ida backstory that we could have, though.
Oh, there's tons. I want to see all the stuff she got up to when she was at Hexside.
I want to see their actual relationship, because we get snippets of it here and there, but not good snippets.
I'd like to see when they did the fast forward. I wouldn't mind a spin-off of them older. I think that would be quite fun.
Yeah, cute.
But I want to see what Rain and Ida became. Like, did they officially get back together?
Who knows?
Who knows? We don't know.
I'm also really interested in the Collector's past story with the Owl Beast, which is alluded to but never actually talked about.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the things they had to cut out, I think.
Because we see the flashback of the Owl Beast being chased by someone who's obviously the Collector.
Yeah, but was it this Collector or was it another one?
The voice sounds like it's this Collector.
It does.
And they're turned into the squirrel, so I'm really interested in why and how that all came about. And when.
Yeah, and when. But I do think that it might... I don't know. I have a theory that it's probably a different Collector.
You think?
Because we see the Collector... He talks about it when they're talking about the Titans. And the Collectors.
There's a lot of lore here that doesn't get a chance to be explored.
Yeah, there is a lot of lore that isn't able to be explored, and it's frustrating.
Like the Titan Hunters.
The
Bill
Titan
is
Hunters.
hysterical.
And they just show up in one episode just to be like, oh, we're going to kill King, the last Titan.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Spoiler, but you kind of... That's one hint I got throughout the series.
Yeah,
That King was the last Titan.
that wasn't that surprising.
But the way they did it was good.
I want to know what Hootie's deal is and how he and Ida met.
Okay, so I saw a theory on that. And I'm not sure if it's a confirmed theory.
Probably not.
I know Dana Terrace and the other creators have kind of been a little tight-lipped on the lore and the theories, just because if they ever get a chance to expand upon the Owl House universe...
They don't want to have said something and then go back on it.
Yeah. So I understand that. But I heard a theory that Hootie was a parasite who was living on King's dad,
Yeah, his
the
eyeball.
Boiling Isle, and he is like interconnected.
Yeah, I kind of got that sense too, because when we do meet the Titan, he has little Hootie in his eye.
Yeah.
But how does Ida get connected? I mean, obviously Ida has the Titan's eye. It seems like the portal is his eye. So there's some connection there, but there's something else going on.
There is something else. And I'm also curious about it.
I'm curious if the Titan actually sent Hootie to Ida after Ida rescues King.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And that's how the Titan is watching them, is through Hootie.
Is through Hootie. Yeah, I'm also curious to see what exactly Hootie has in him. Because he swallows King, and then King ends up in like a room in Hootie's stomach that Hootie can also go into.
Yeah, it's weird.
Hootie's weird, and Hootie can also take off his skin to hang it on the clothesline.
Yeah, that's gross.
Oh, Hootie.
Hootie's a very mysterious character who comes across as just there for comic relief, but is actually probably way more important than they even bothered to play up.
Oh, yeah. So I really wish they had more for Hootie. It would be really interesting to see
Yes.
what they did with him.
I would also have liked Luz to have more time with her palisman.
Yes. I would have liked her to have a lot more time with her palisman as well.
Because they really played up the palisman and the palismans in the previous seasons, and they didn't really have enough time, unfortunately, to get more into it. But the Bat Queen also has some interesting lore about her.
I was waiting for the Bat Queen. Ever since Ida was given the whistle for looking after her kids.
Yeah, she never uses it.
She never uses it. And I kind of wanted her to use it and have the Bat Queen come in and do whatever. I thought that was going to be like a grand lead up.
Yeah, and I thought we were going to find out the Bat Queen was the Titan's palisman.
See, I thought the same thing. I thought the Bat Queen was his palisman as well.
So I'm really curious.
I also, about Luce's palisman... Stringbean. I'm happy with it. I like her palisman. I kind of wanted it to be one thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to reflect her. I got the snake.
It's a snake shifter.
It's a snake shifter.
I
don't know. I can't tell you what I wanted it to be, but I kind of wanted it to be...
I don't know. I think it kind of like... goes back to this idea that Luce sometimes camouflages her own personality to fit with who she's with.
I mean, it fits her very well.
It does.
But I don't know. I was kind of hoping for just that little something extra. It all seemed, when they did the snake shifter, just a bit too...
much of a cop-out.
Yeah. It seemed like they were doing it to be like, oh... these fans wanted a dragon. This one wanted a snake. This one wanted an otter.
Right.
You're all right. So in that regard, I wish they had done just one.
I did think it was going to go back to cats because she's always wearing the cat hoodie, but then Amity has a cat palisman, so that kind of defeats that.
Yeah, I think the cat hoodie might have just been another play on her falling for Amity. Because, yeah.
They're not very subtle.
No, they're not very subtle. Once you know, the signs are all there. But if you don't know, like I didn't know, then you miss the signs. I'm not looking for that in a show.
Oh, come on. There's always a romance.
Sometimes,
you said.
Sometimes. I mean, I always hate when
the Hunter and Willow one was really obvious, too.
Okay, the Hunter and Willow one I got right off the bat. But... I don't know. I don't know if it's because I grew up with a lot of... what's that word?
Heterosexual?
Yes. I don't know if it was because I grew up with a lot of heterosexual... Couples, or if it was just... I just never thought of it. I do think the Owl House did break a lot of ground when it came to showcasing LGBTQ relationships as normal, especially in cartoons. I don't know. Had you ever seen another cartoon that was LGBTQ?
Cartoon? No, not really. Not before this one. Trying to think of animes, but animes are usually pretty...
Animes, there was a couple of animes that I had watched. There was Sakura's Kiss. Oh, what was a couple other ones? Citrus had come out before, which you wouldn't have known about Citrus.
No.
But few and far between. I have found that since Owl House has broken ground with it, a lot more shows are coming out LGBTQ.
Well, I mean, Hazbin Hotel is all...
very much gay.
Yes, very.
Very much
gay. It is a
gay.
rainbow and a half.
Yes. But I found since they pushed to start breaking these boundaries down, a lot of shows, even anime, has started to come out with a lot more LGBTQ.
Or non-binary characters.
Which is nice to see. Representation from anywhere. And then there was also the Paranormal Park.
I don't know that one.
I should show you one day, but it dealt with trans characters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is like the first that I've seen.
The Owl House was definitely the first that I've seen too.
I also have some interesting psychoanalytical theories about you, but we'll discuss that when we're not filming a podcast.
What? Okay, well, when we're not filming a podcast, we'll do that.
Did the Owl House help you come out, Bailey?
Yes, actually, the Owl House did help me come out.
Yeah.
Because I realized once Luce and Amity got together how much I liked them being a couple.
The timeline fit, so I was like,
Yeah.
So all it took was one cartoon to get you to figure it out.
Yeah, it took one cartoon. After denying my sexuality for 25 years.
Waiting since I met you in high school. We're all just like, when's she gonna figure this out?
Yeah, it took me a while. I'm dense, okay?
Thanks, Owl House.
Thanks, Owl House, for being a part of my sexual awakening.
Sorry, Bailey's mother.
Sorry, my mom. Sorry, Mom. Skip ahead. I don't do that. No.
Oh, well, if they've been with us since episode 2, they already know.
Oh, yeah. If they've been with us since episode 2, they know. But yes, Owl House was a big part of my sexual awakening just because I'm like, oh, there's a queer couple. I like that. And then that led me to the question, why do I like there being a queer couple in media?
I mean, I am not queer, and I like that there's a queer couple in media.
I know. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, no, I'm like really happy that there's a queer couple in media. And then I'm like,
Oh, you felt seen.
I felt seen for the first time. And then
Now I'm
TikTok.
gonna cry for a different reason.
Don't cry now.
It's too late. I've been crying all night.
But yeah, I felt seen for the first time.
Oh,
And it just made me realize how normal it was to just be. Don't cry. Like, don't actually cry.
It's too late. There's tears.
Oh my God, you're so
just
sensitive.
So cute.
I'm not cute. I'm masked lesbian. I'm not cute.
You're an adorable little button.
No.
No. I'm okay.
Shouldn't I be the one crying? It took me 25 years to figure this out.
This is why I'm crying.
Because it took, just because I'm slow?
Very slow.
Oh.
Everybody else knew. Oh.
Yeah, it was no surprise when I told anybody.
Yeah, literally none of us were surprised.
Nope.
I don't even think you told me. You were just like, hey, by the way, I'm dating this girl. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think I mentioned about going on to like lesbian dating app and you were like, oh, yeah,
Have fun.
have fun.
Be safe.
And I'm like, wait, don't you have questions? And you're like, nah,
No.
I knew this. That was like our other mutual friend. I would go on walks with her and I would be like, oh, I think I might like girls. She's like, you're just figuring this out?
Yeah, see, we were all sad for you.
What? I don't even understand.
This took a serious turn.
This took a serious turn. Don't
have
we
a whole
actually have an episode on...
Yeah, I don't know. It came up.
We'll touch on it.
It's a preview.
It's a preview.
I'm going to need tissues for that.
You're gonna need tissues for my awakening?
Yeah, it's all very sad.
I'm like, Pokemon, I evolved.
Oh, don't talk about Pokemon. I cry watching the original Pokemon. If we were to watch the episode where Ponyta evolves into Rapidash, I sob like a baby. Because she's like, I'm so proud of you, Ponyta. I mean Rapidash. Oh, just thinking about it makes me sad. Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Silence.
I validate your feelings,
Okay. But you don't agree with them.
but I don't agree with them.
What about when Butterfree leaves?
Bye-bye, Butterfree.
Yeah, you're just an emotionless golem.
I am. I hardly have any emotion.
That's a lie.
Ha! I have trapped that within my emotional box. Mm-hmm. Like I have trapped many things in my emotional box. Mm-hmm. My emotional box does not get open.
So you had your awakening from the Owl House.
So yes, the Owl House helped in my awakening, and
Representation matters.
it does. Representation matters a lot, and I think it did help a lot of people in terms of seeing it normalized. Because it was a relationship in the show that wasn't the show. It was the background in the show.
Yeah, it was a few episodes were dedicated to it, but it wasn't like this is the show.
Yes, and they did portray the relationship as a normal relationship.
A normal teenage relationship.
Yes, a normal teenage relationship.
Super awkward. I do like when she bursts through her window and the flowers are blooming and she's like, oh, that's really cute.
Okay, that would be goals.
Uh-huh.
I would love to do that.
Well,
Climb a window with flowers.
know what you're doing for Valentine's Day?
Oh, God. I can't climb a balcony. I'm too old now.
You're not that old.
Rapunzel, you're Rapunzel. Let down your automatic wheelchair thing so I can go all the way up. I ain't climbing, no. I ain't climbing this.
Oh, yeah, a little elevator at the side of the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, crank the crank, honey. Bring me up.
Yeah. I aspire to be the kind of old lady that Yasma is in The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, I want to hit people with my scooter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And my cane.
Oh, yeah.
The scooter is just phase 1, and then I'll have the cane.
On the side of the scooter.
Pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
Get away from those Pokemon cards, they're mine. Take me that long to collect them all.
Yep. Off topic again.
Off topic again. Oh well, okay. So, let's wrap this up on the end of a sexual awakening for the Owl House.
Oh, wait. Do we want to share our favorite episodes first?
Yeah, we could share our favorite episodes.
I don't know if I have a favorite episode. I just thought maybe you did. I really liked the last episode. I thought it was really good. The animation in that final battle was beautiful. I also really liked when we get introduced to Hunter. I think he's kind of fun, and I kind of would have liked more episodes where he is like the bad guy still, instead of just right away figuring it all out. But the Hollow Mind was really...
Hollow Mind was decent.
That was a lot dropped on you.
That was.
I mean, even at the finale of the first season was amazing, where Lilith and Ida battle each other.
Yes.
I think the animation flew so nicely together, and that battle scene was great.
It was. It was really well. The animation they did at certain parts was just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. It was beautiful.
It was. And I will tell you, so one of my favorite parts of the animation is when Luce and Amity kiss for the first time. The fact that you could visually see the animation just click into that little bit of a higher gear, and you're like, it's coming, it's happening.
Or the Grom dance battle.
The Grom dance battle. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Fantastic.
They did amazing for fight scenes. Even, with Luce and Ida when they were having their fight. Beautiful.
I also really liked when Amity and her dad kind of reconnect. I think that's cute.
That is really
cute. It's a cute side story. Do you have a favorite episode?
I do. So my favorite episode, actually, of all 3 seasons is Through the Looking Glass Ruins, which is season 2, episode 5.
Interesting.
And it's when Luce and Amity go and look in the library for Philip Whittabane's journal.
Yeah, that's fun.
And Gus goes to the ruins. I will say Gus was not my main focus in that episode, obviously. Like, it's a very cute Gus.
There's more lore redemption there that needs to happen, too.
Yes, there's definitely more lore there. But that was probably my favorite Luce and Amity episode.
Interesting.
Which was my favorite episode of all time. And I think it was because it just sort of captures Amity coming out of her shell for the first time. And Luce just being completely gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Loved that.
They're cute.
They're adorable.
I also like Tibbles. I was just thinking about Tibbles. He's just so stupid, and he keeps coming up, and it's like, hasn't this guy given up on his criminal dreams yet?
Right? Like, he's a fun side character.
I would love to see more of them too. Sorry, I'm just talking about all the things I want to see more of. When they're like really, really poor after the first... once Ida loses her powers. Yeah. And they're kind of like taking all these bounties. I would love to see them capture more stupid bounties.
I would too. I would love to see Luce do like a true pirate era.
Oh yeah, that'd be
with fun. Ida.
See, Rain needs a villain arc, and Luce and Ida need a pirate arc.
They do. I want to see them raid the rest of the Isles.
That'd be hilarious.
With King as their mascot? Oh, hell yeah.
Hootie could be the pretty mermaid at the front of the pirate ship.
Oh my god.
Okay, new fan fiction.
New fan fiction. Hootie is now the mermaid at the front of the ship.
And the whole fan fiction can be from Hootie's perspective. So he just like sees them go off, and then he has to figure out, when are they coming back? Are they going to come back? And he's obviously moving the boat himself.
Hootie would steal sirens out of the water and be like, are you going to be my friend? Here, listen to how my day has been. And
all the Selkies.
Yeah, the Selkies. And then they'll be like, no, actually, we were going to leave your entire ship alone. Hootie's going to be like, no, come back.
It'd be really cool. There's a lot for them that they could explore.
Oh, there's tons.
Because as we see in the one episode, there are a lot of different Titan Isles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's so much I want.
There's so much.
This isn't fair.
It's not fair. And speaking of unfair, I think that's the end of our episode today.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're signing off. Cheers. That's all for today. Catch us on Instagram, where we drop teasers for the next show, and our Discord account. Links are down below.